Hey there, guys, gals, fans, and pals. Your buddy John Megacycle here. Another episode of Tropico coming at you. Yeah, everything's looking real good. Let's see. Take a quick check at what we're kind of lacking on. Religion again. And entertainment. How are we on our religion? Maxed out, maxed out, maxed out. I'm sure the missions here are maxed out, yeah. Let's get another church easily. Maybe 2 new churches. Let's do one right there. Let's do another like right there. I wouldn't mind building a couple of houses just down here just for posterity, I guess. 1, 3, 4 seems good. And large gardens. Crap, I forgot how I built these. You know what, screw it. If I got one pointing the wrong direction, it's fine. Okay, so that should take care of a couple things there. Really taking a slow turn on a sandbox game of Tropico. I'm not playing at competitive speed. We're not min-maxing anything. I'm just taking a very patient walk through the park, I guess? Just going through and just showing off some of what this game has to offer.
My dear friend,
Build ranches of all types. How many do I already have? 2. We can kind of squeezle this. So check this out. I already have... I know... Oh. Wool has been completed. Nice. I know I already have a cattle ranch and a pig ranch. There's the pig one. There's the cattle. I have 2 cattle ranches here, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to change livestock to llamas. And that'll count as being built.
Everything is better with llamas.
And then I'm going to change this to goats.
Goats make decent messengers, but they tend to eat everything, including the message.
And now oh, there we go. So we got our reward. I didn't have to build anything. There's no point to free technology. I think I've already got all the tech maxed out, so I'll just take the money. Boop. Right? How much more tech do we need? Yeah, nothing. Everything's unlocked in Cold War. So right now we're kind of in the same position as we were before. Let me just change this back to cattle. And change livestock to cattle. The only thing I really lost was the upgrade. Oh, this one. Change livestock cattle. But I did get more allies relations, which is good. So, we have all the research. That's all said and done. Let's talk about the next part. How do we get to the next phase of the game? The next phase comes from military standing. We have to forge an alliance with the allies. And then the Axis will invade us. And when they do that, we will have to defend our tropical island nation. And when we do that, then we'll be able to proceed on to the next. If we don't sign an alliance with the Allies and we just sign treaties, what'll happen is the Allies will come back to us and say, you didn't support us during the war. You didn't ally with us. Why did you not help us when we needed you? And then the Allies will invade me, or I can pay money to just tell them to scram. Pretty sure that's how that works. What do I get for joining the Allies? You could really do it one of 2 ways, but if, like I said, if you know your history, the Allies win the war. I'm amazed that church just, yeah, built 2 churches. Our stuff jumped like 20%. Community aid. Let's turn down the budget here so we just get some people some spaces to live. Okay, you guys gonna move out? For whatever reason, I don't actually know what the dry dock does. It says in the text when you build it, it says increases the speed of ships or something. Well, it doesn't anymore.
The resistance seems
Build
to
a
be
textile
on its
mill.
feet.
Nope.
It looks like the...
Yeah, so we can proceed anytime we want, really. I don't know, take a little bit more time. Just jump into it. Again, so right now, I've got a lot of stuff built. I'm pretty happy with how things are. I could just sit here and wait for the 500,000.
The world
Is this-
is at war.
Have 3
I-
barracks? Okay, guess what I do.
An allied diplomat talked my ears off trying to get Tropico to participate in a great offensive, counter-offensive, or escape. I couldn't fathom which.
Send the army. And then since the allies are at 100, I'm going to praise the Axis. Keep them off my back. Yes, I was trying to see what I would need for another military facility. Boop. Get that done. I like it. Yeah, this is solid. Bum bum. We received 200 research points from the Global Research Initiative. Awesome. I could actually shut that off. You know what? Let's just move to the next stage. I'm impatient. So,
It looks
like I said,
wars in Europe will
because I
finally
didn't
end.
sign an
It is but a
alliance,
matter of
I'm
time
going to
before-
accept and sign treaties.
It looks like the wars in
Let's assign a
My
treaty.
fellow diplomat.
Aye. Let's send an ambassador to the Axis.
Very rude. They were packing their bags the whole time I was trying to negotiate.
Because they lost the war. Duh. They'll sign a treaty with us only if we give them shelter. Otherwise, they decide they will take the island for themselves and start again. So I will accept them. We'll take the immigrants. -20 to all foreign relations in the next area. That's not too awful. And then we'll sign a treaty with the Allies.
The Allies are pleased by your coup.
Now, what should happen is... Oh, interesting. Okay. So there's still things that I don't know how this works. Because, like I said, since I didn't ally with the Allies... Oh,
Even I cannot sit by and watch how some people propose to destroy our nature, our very society. They propose that we should work. Have we come that far that we are ready to work now? Have we no dignity? Have we no liberty? Have we not the best of weather on the best of beaches? Join the environmentalists, and you'll get a cocktail discount at the Jolly Roger.
Anyway. So there are some reactions that I wasn't aware of. Build a factory. Nope. Not happening. Apparently you can make it to the next stage without combat. Interesting. Anywho. Research. Yeah, absolutely. So, oil. I'm not going to use it. Executives allow entertainment skills. Democracy for more constitution options. Supermarket. Native foreigners. This allows for tourism campaigns and stuff. An airport. Constitution amendments can happen more often. Vehicle factory. The peaceful atom allows us to mine uranium. The nuclear power plant. I think we'll get up to here. And then modern times are next after that. So what happens in between last era and this era? Get a couple new buildings. A supermax prison allows us to arrest citizens. We still have a couple of banks we can build. Nothing really changes here. We have the cathedral, which is a mega church. It takes about the same, as 2 regular churches in terms of effort. Oh, actually, we need college-educated students for a cathedral, but we can serve a lot more people from a religious perspective. This also unlocks tourism. Tourism allows us to build a bunch of buildings that we can kind of, tailor to the tourism crowd. What this allows us to do is generate a big bunch of income based on, let's say, family resorts. These are 7 family tourist accommodation hotel style things. People will just come and go. We don't really have to mess with the tourists that much. One of the big dangers of this, though, is overbuilding. Some of these structures are ridiculously expensive, and if you build 3, 4, 5 of them, you can easily bankrupt yourself, especially if you don't have the workforce to support it. Museum is new. This allows for entertainment for richer folks, I guess. Hang Gliding Club is new. Popular with eco-tourists. Yeah, eco-tourists right there. In terms of entertainment, we have beach site, national park, and circus. For residential, we actually unlock the apartment, which allows for more compact housing, and housing quality is increased if placed next to road. This is where we start getting more population density. In terms of industry, we did get a jewelry workshop unlocked, but I don't have a power plant, so no big deal there. We have a steel mill, which we had unlocked before, but not really bothering with that. An automated mine and a factory farm are 2 upgrades to the mine from before, and the factory farm is an upgrade from a ranch. It produces more products. It's very inhumane, but it does produce more stuff. And aside from that, we unlock power plant, which we've already kind of hit on before. So, a couple new stuffs coming along. As we do more research, we'll unlock more constitution options. In terms of edicts, we've also unlocked some of the Cold War items. One of the things I always go for is called waste sorting. It's $1,000, reduces pollution from all residential buildings. Approved. It doesn't have an upkeep. It's just $1,000, I think, and that's it. Aside from that, that's all I really mess with right now. Organic campaign is something that I really like because it improves the quality, or at least the prices, of all of our agricultural goods. So that's at least good. So we have the USA and the USSR. The USA is fairly neutral to us. We took a hit of 20 because of our actions with the Axis, inviting them in. USSR will praise them right away so they don't invade us.
After a short squabble, the Caribbean family has grown by 1 more member.
Let's see. I do not plan on exporting fuel, so thanks, but no thanks. What I do have, potentially, are fish. Oh, I think that's oil right there. Yeah, it's definitely oil. That's fish. You can tell by the fish icon, indicating fish. Fish, fish, fish. Right there. Perfect. Any more fishy fish tiles with fish? I think that smells like fish. Fish, fish. Hey, fish, fish. There's a song from, Mr. Scruff. Just, like, literally 90% of the song is the word fish, and I love that song. It's dumb, and I love it. It speaks to me as a person, on a cellular level. Couldn't agree more with it. Just fish, 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 fish. Eating fish. Fresh fish. Fish, fish. I mean, just go look. Mr. Scruff. Fish. Go look it up. The fishing area has a certain amount of population in it. You can't select it or do anything about it. But one of the upgrades here is feeding pens. Schools of fish regrow even while being worked by a fisherman. And drift netting. Effectiveness is increased 20, but the wharf depletes schools of fish 20% fast. Nah, I wasn't explaining anything. Good timing. I always hit up both. I don't really get to see fish population abundant. Okay, so there is something there that says something, but I never really paid attention before. Let's do this one with just feeding pens, and the right one we'll do the drift netting. Praise the USSR. How many open... Oh, unemployment. Oh my word! Okay, we're building 3 more banks. Keep forgetting where my mouse is sometimes. 1, 2, 3. That'll eat up all the college-educated individuals. In terms of housing, unemployed. What else we got? What else we got? What else we got? High school, grade school, illiterate. Awesome. What is this? Coffee? We're gonna throw down 2 more coffee plantations for sure. Plantation. coffee. Okay. Any good trade deals going on? Fish, bananas. These aren't bad, but none of these really indicate to me like it would be worthwhile. Like, this isn't too bad of a deal. Coal, furniture, jewelry. Yeah, I'll wait. It's fine. Not a big deal.
We've discovered the mineral oil, which can be processed into gasoline. The cars in Tropico no longer need to run on magic. Our profits are guaranteed until someone starts selling oil cheaper than us. Then we should bomb and invade them.
Yeah, that's something. It's even funny because in the second age where we were in the World Wars, that's when vehicles start showing up, like transport vehicles from the Teamster's office. So what gets really funny is it's like, well, we didn't even have gas, so how did that even work? It's like, they would have to run on magic. Yes, excellent. Okay, chuck us down some banks. That's gonna compound, interest, expand, dividend, escrow, yes. I'm not a banker. I don't know what the terms mean. But more money, yes. Bum, 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 bum. I don't usually mess with those. Okay. Happiness is actually really high. Which I say that out loud, and then it changes. Entertainment could use some work. 7 taverns. 4 restaurants. All of the restaurants are maxed out. Let's just click through the taverns real quick. Taverns are all maxed out. What about cabarets? Also absolutely maxed out. So I have 1, 2, 3 cabarets. Let's just chuck a bunch of entertainment stuff everywhere. I don't have a cabaret here. So 1 goes there. And 1 goes there. And cabaret right next to the church. That seems smart. I like the thought of that. That sounds smart. Back to the edicts. When it really comes down to it, with our half-off residential, now we're going to get into apartments where one thing is going to be $5,000. That means if it's half off, I only have to build what, 3 apartments, and we can get our money back. 1, 2, 3. If I did the mental math there. Yeah. Easy. How is our housing? 77, couple of shacks. Actually, a lot of shacks. Oof. Do we have any that are just straight up empty? Oh, we do. So demolish, demolish, demolish. Demolish, demolish, demolish. Okay, apartments. Demolish, demolish. I think it demolished too much, but that's okay. So, effectively, it eats up enough spots that it could have been 12 families, but it's 10. So it doesn't actually save a lot of room, now that I'm doing the math about it. There are edicts what you can do, not edicts, what's the word I'm thinking of? Upgrades, where you can actually pack people more into it. Actually, let's upgrade all of our guard towers to machine gun nests. Make them a little more effective. We haven't been invaded or we haven't had to have dealt with any amount of military so far. But I don't mind having a couple of guard towers around. So at least one at every dock is kind of my policy on that. Any real entry point into the island. Okay. So what is the effectiveness? Minus 25 to beauty. Awesome. So here's where... Oh no, what am I thinking of? Am I thinking of tenements or something? There's a building where you could just literally pack a ton of people in. This apartment has higher housing quality because it's placed next to a road. Okay, so 72, 77. We actually dropped housing quality. Set that to poor, set that to poor. I actually should have just left it as it is.
Presidente, remember that show where we wanted to execute whoever was responsible because of the things they said about you? Well, now we have a solution. Every show is to have an executive, or a person we can execute if we don't like what is in the show. That way, everything will be much neater.
Agreed and indeed. Okay, so I lowered it to poor. Hopefully we'll be able to get some of the people living here up into the apartments. Later on, we're actually going to get into the next area, modern apartments, which are pretty sweet. Yeah. Real more high-class business areas. You could have like a financial district when you start really planning stuff out. Healthcare is low. That sucks. Entertainment is... Didn't I just build a bunch of cabarets? Okay. And entertainment is still low. How about National Park? $105. What else? Can we do better than 105? 130? 130? 150? Oh, hello. Yeah, 150. Awesome. Yep, research is still doing its thing. What are we missing from an infrastructure perspective? Another high school yet? No, we still have a lot of empty space for students. 17 unemployed. What kind of unemployed? Where are these people?
Good day, good day, good evening.
More west side? No, we got some unemployed right here. And these aren't even full. Did I get all the upgrades? I can't even remember. I did not. Okay. That would be why I couldn't remember, because it didn't happen. Okay. So resource, fish population, none. I'm going to guess we actually fished them out completely. Now, what does this one say? Resource, fish population, moderate. Okay, so I actually need to...
Elections are coming.
Yeah. Xavier will be fine. I actually need to change the upgrade, because the fish population is none. The fishing trawlers are right here, like nothing's happening. So here's what we're gonna do. Demolish, and then I'll just rebuild the damn thing. And then we'll just take the one upgrade. We received 400 research points from the Global Research Initiative. That's pretty sweet. The game paused? Oh, it was paused when I was in the build menu. Yep, there we go. We all good now? There we are.
Good day.
I was reading Orlando Diaz, and if you take a look, residence, house. No crap. I'm sure it'll say apartment complex or mansion or whatever in there respectively, but that's still just... Where do you live? In a house? Duh. Okay, very good.
We tried to discover democracy, but it proved extremely difficult. Building a true democracy is like chasing a unicorn. Everybody has heard of them, but no one has ever seen one. We captured a whole herd of unicorns, but not a glimpse of democracy anywhere to be found. However, we did discover the expectation of democracy, which should be more than enough for simple Tropicans.
Huh. Okay, awesome. So, surveillance, personal rights. Total state control is reduced liberty. Assassination and banish actions cost less. Security surveillance, police discover special citizens such as rebels faster. Open society, high liberty. Assassinate and banish limited. Special citizens harder to discover. Security surveillance is an even between the two. I usually go for that. Economic structure, planned economy. Buildings with managers gain 10 bonus effectiveness. Plutocracy, all Swiss bank account gains increase by 20%. Free market, budget impact on building effectiveness is stronger. Usually I go free market. In the early stages of me playing this game, when I was trying to stash up my Swiss bank account, I would always go plutocracy, but free market is usually good because there are certain structures I need to perform better, and I go through and I fill them up with the proper budget. And then media independence, we can have total propaganda. Media provides less liberty. Protests happen less frequently. Subsidized media. Media requires a higher budget. Journalists convert voters to your cause. Ugh. Or independent media. Media provides more liberty. Protests happen more frequently. We haven't had any protests so far because I've been paying attention to everyone's needs and it's working out okay. If you start backsliding on a couple of things, you'll get protests, you'll get riots, you'll get rebellions, you'll get lots of stuff. But we're playing this with a fairly cautious hand. It's working out pretty well. Let's stick with subsidized media. Precedent to the Constitution, and that's it. How much money are we making from our banks? 900. Probably be the same across the board. Yeah. So I'm making what? Rough mental math, 2,700? No. No, that's not right. 3,600. Yeah. I left a 900 out for whatever reason. So I'm literally making a house. Is it a house straight up? I'm making almost a house every single... Well, more than a house. Yeah. If there's ever a series where I should have just started over because I can't talk properly, this might be the one.
Ah, I miss the jolly old days when the little people knew their proper places and respected their superiors up to the Lord himself.
Okay, so this asks for us to do the Prohibition Edict. The Prohibition actually closes all taverns, all rum distilleries. I'm just going to abandon that.
Presidente, I
Build
hear that
2
the Cold
new
War is
military
getting
buildings.
Too cold. How about we do something to endanger the whole planet? I mean, all the cool nations are doing it.
Sure. I don't need any more military straight up. Usually when I play, I have like 6 barracks, and that's enough for me to be like, okay, anything can throw whatever at me. Come at me, bro. Not that big of a deal. How many unemployed do we have? 21? A bunch of grade school and illiterates and stuff. That would be pretty easy for military. Do I get anything out of it? No, just militant relations. Why not? Let's get 2 barracks, like, right over here by this dock. So the interesting thing about this game, as I was mentioning in terms of scale, for the first 2 eras, maybe even this third one, but let's just say for the first 2 eras, all the threats come from...
We have an opportunity to influence...
No, we're fine. All the threats come from the outside. Invasions, either it's from His Royal Majesty or the world powers. People invade from the outside. Hold on.
The election
There it is. As the game progresses to the 3rd and the 4th era, the threat more is internal. Rebels, factions that don't approve of your standing or what you're doing. Radicals. What else? If you're doing a lot of factory work, the environmentalists can get quite cheesed at you. There's a lot of things to really watch out for. But it's interesting that the threat is no longer significantly from the outside, but now it's more on the inside that you have to pay attention to in your very delicate island nation. Okay, 6 citizens arrived. That's fine.
Your actions were so rash and dastardly that the militarists are proud to call you their leader.
I'll take a free military building. The way the buildings work is it's literally any building here. Any building here is completely free. So later on, when we get to, I don't know, let's say precision bombing for the aircraft carrier, or the space program, or the nuclear program, I can just get it for free. It just says literally free on it. if you place it and build it, or place it and destroy it like halfway through building process, you don't get any money back, you don't get your use back, it's just gone. There's just nothing left to it. It's just poof, it's gone. If you're gonna use it, use it. How are we on unemployed now? How in the more unemployed? Okay. Doesn't matter. I'm thinking another dock. They can just keep copy paste, right? Like I said, the intention of this is a calm game of Tropico. We're not min-maxing, we're not being competitive literally on any level, just having a good time, right? Oh, nope. Cancel. Yes, I'll get my money back. Fantastic. 3 Teamsters offices right there. What are we doing? Coffee? I wouldn't mind to do more food stuffs. Bananas are crap. Corn's not bad. 1, 2, 4. And of course, I would like, nope. Cattle ranch. Get 2 of them. Cool. Now, I've thrown down a bunch of construction. My construction offices are going to freak out for a little bit to get all the jobs done. What I like to do is, yeah, I built a bunch of stuff. I'm going to need a bunch of construction crews. Because I built the construction office last, it's last in the queue. But if I click on it and say quick build, and 1,504 is not expensive. It rushes this first, and now I've got an on-site kind of a build path, right? Let's hammer a bunch of this out. Nope, I don't want that. Nope, I did want that, and then I didn't want that. There we go, perfect. Just clean this up a little bit. In addition to all the things we've been doing, I've always said try to build the residential areas near where people have jobs, right? Build it where they're going to work. In addition to that, we also have parking lots. Increases the number of people who use cars and the job quality of all workplaces in an area based on effectiveness. What we would want to do with this is build a few of these bad boys right next to there and near our residential structures, so people would park their vehicles in the parking garage, yeah? And then take their cars and go wherever from there. When I'm rotating my mouse, it is glitching like crazy. There. And I don't really understand the core mechanics of this, like, oh, every 10 people need a parking garage or something. Like, I don't know how many of these I should be using. All I know is how many I am using. So that. Maybe one more somewhere. I don't know why this item in particular is causing everything to just twitch real bad. Yeah, we're good again. Get up. Anyway, I'll do a quick spot check on products. We got a lot of products here.
Power.
Oh, what the heck?
Let's do something really stupid and see where it gets us.
International incident. Proclaim a super weapon. Do nothing. Yes, do nothing. I haven't tried the other options. Kinda not interested in the other options. I see a bunch of parcels right here. A lot of bananas just sitting there. So let's get another Teamster office built up there. Okay, resource fish. Fish population moderate. I forgot to do feeding pens. Whoops. Okay, fish population scarce. But it's coming back. It's coming back. Let's see here. Any good trades? Anything really cool? Tobacco? Oh, I don't really have a right standing. Oh, that's a really nice price. I don't even know if I have sugar. What is all this? That's all corn? That's coffee. I don't think I have any sugar plantations. At all? Cotton. I really don't.
President,
Okay.
We discovered the best thing since probably the best thing ever.
Rebel incursion. The rebel threat will increase over the next 2 years. Okay. I would like sugar. Give me some sugar. I am your neighbor. Okay, that should do. That will take care of that trade deal once that all gets built. The other trade deal I wanted was... add another ship, why not? What do we have? Sugar. I'm importing wool still. Just remove all the ships there unless I can export wool. Nope. There's another deal I thought I saw a moment ago. Maybe it got removed. Pharmaceuticals, cloth, canned goods. I'm not dealing with any of that. Okay, so now that we've taken a trade with USSR.
Great giant tropical spiders, Presidente. We have a crisis, and we have to act fast.
Expect larger rebel incursions. Okay. So now, because I cheesed off the United States, because I did a deal with USSR, I'm going to praise the United States. Well, cleans it up a little bit. Okay, what is our problem with our rebel issue? I kind of figured this was going to be a bit of a thing after a while. Politics. Rebel threat high. There are no known rebels in Tropico. Let's hang on. Let's let that sink in for just a moment. No rebels. But that's it. That was enough time for me to sip a little bit of tea and just really enjoy that. Okay, unrest, also none. I'm not worried. So I did something that made it worse. Oh, what are you? Crime Lord? Good evening. Discredit. Yep. You? I did something that made someone mad. And now something. The threat is going to be bigger, but there is no threat. But by the way, it's going to be huge. But there is no threat. Oh, it'll get there. But there is no threat. Just... Everything's getting built out real nice. Selected breeding. Selected breeding. Get all these corn upgrades done. Cool. Let's see here. The ranch. Manure fertilizer. Modernizing is now accessible to these farms, but these will turn them into factory farms, and I don't want that. Factory farms are bad for the economy. They're great because they produce a lot more commodity and everything, but it's not really something I'm interested in. I forgot to mention the upgrades for the sugar plantation. Oh, rebel attack. Okay, pause. First of all, the fiber fertilization increased effectiveness of all other nearby plantations and hydroponic farms by 10. That's pretty awesome. It works in conjunction with the fertilizer. So even if the earth is kind of crap... Here, let's just take this corn right here. Effectiveness. We don't have a lot of workers, right? Workers aren't full, so the effectiveness is down. However, because of the location and where I placed it, the agricultural subsidies, the selective breeding, which is going to build up over time, the manure fertilizer, and the fiber fertilization... This all nullifies the lack that we have less workers. So, the effectiveness is even higher because of it. That's where that works out real nice. You get a lot of this stuff that just builds off of other bonuses and everything. So, we have a rebel incursion. These are people that are, for some reason or another, cheesed off at the way I do things, even though we just checked the factions, and there are no rebels. But anyway, I digress. This is a rebel squad. It is going for somewhere that has a black crosshairs, which is right here. This farm is the target. This is a combat that is about to occur right here on this crosshair, this pig farm. The rebels are going to move here to attack. My forces automatically mobilize from any facilities to counter attack. I have 1 out of the palace, I have 4 barracks here, and I have 2 other barracks here. Rough mental math tells me that's 7. So if I click on here, I have 2, 4, 6, 7 infantry battalions or whatever on their way to that pig farm. There's one attacker that is coming to this fight. So I don't micromanage the battle. The battle just happens all on its own. Let's just speed this up. So the rebels are going to go attack. My commandos are going to counterattack. All the other infantry from the other bunkers are going to show up. And they have a little bit of a fight. The fight is over. They disperse, and that's it.
Old boy, I just found myself in a very peculiar situation. I just met with a very embarrassed Soviet diplomat who needs our help.
Stash some parts that I quote have not been anywhere near Cuba. Sure, I accept. Oh, was that was that too new? Oh, have 2 army bases. Whoops. I read that as, what did I read that as? Barracks.
Old boy.
Abandoned. A lot of these missions that you're getting, I want to say like 90% of them, you can abandon with no penalty. There are some I can think of in the late game. I think you have to chain them. Like it's, you get one, you complete it, and then you get proposed another thing to do. I think you have to go through them all in order for it to complete the storyline chain, whatever. But a lot of these you could just say, abandon. I don't want to deal with it, abandon, and just skip it. Okay. What is our unemployment looking like? 19. It's a grade school.
Good day. Good day. At your no.
Okay. Cabaret is illiterate. Tavern is illiterate. We could just go through and build a bunch more. Actually, how is housing? I should have checked that first. Housing is kind of maxed out, so let's go ahead and do what we do. Urban development, you know it. And pause Reno, because I'm going to be doing a lot of stupid building. And magic number is 12. The road system in this game is wonky as heck. As a bit of advice, if you're trying to build any sort of intersection whatsoever, overbuild one way, then the other one will link in just as easily. Let's say here, I want to connect into here. What might happen is the road just kind of fillies around. So if this might be a better example. Let's say I want to build an intersection. There might be times where this doesn't link up very well. So let's go just a little more. Okay, so like this, like it doesn't quite link up very well. You can either start from the end of a road and work that way, or just overbuild a little bit and try to come at it at the middle. That's kind of the best advice I can do, but the one thing that's irritated me the most about this game is road construction. And now I can't delete this. Why can't I delete this? Okay. There we go, whatever. Okay, so let's get a couple of the foundational things that we need. A clinic for sure. Let's see here. A tavern, or at least 6 for sure. 2 taverns there. Let's get a restaurant there. Restaurant there. Oh, let's see. What else? What else entertainment-wise? Another cabaret for sure. Another cabaret? Why not? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think it's been a while since we've had a newspaper anywhere. Actually, I think there's a newspaper like right here. Yeah. Newspapers don't have visitors, so there's not like a maximum amount of people. Once you have them, effectively. I would like to actually build a cathedral right in the middle of this national park. Cathedrals are pretty great. You can really chuck a ton of people. You can satisfy a lot of your religious need with it. That sounded weird. Chuck a bunch of people into the church. Just get them in there. Get them in the church. Okay, that's a lot of building. Let's just speed this up a bit. What else? Another police station. Another supermarket. Oh, supermarket requires a power plant. All power plant needs. I wait until the last era, and I'll tell you why. In this era, with a power plant, I need to burn either natural gas or coal. Right now, I don't have any coal to mine. That makes it a little difficult. Or I could build a nuclear power plant, which uses uranium. Guess what? I don't think I have any uranium. I have oil. I don't have anything else, though. Those kick out a ton of pollution, and they suck. And, oh, I'll get to you. Hold on. In the next era, we'll have the ability to get geothermal power plants, and those can be upgraded to have no pollution whatsoever. Works out really well. Okay. You are a crime lord. Discredit. Yep. What are you? You're a rebel. Discredit. Yep. Now, once in a while, before people turn rebel, we might get these. These are protesters. Some people are protesting, unhappy with their life in Tropico. We can just send the army and bulldoze them over. We can just bribe them, or we can negotiate.
I have always tried to set a good example of loyalty.
So here's how this works.
Sadly, not too many of them follow the guide to loving El Presidente that I personally wrote.
What we'll get is a mission, and we can accept it and do it, or we can just actually hit close and just ignore it. Oh, actually here, it's negotiate, accept, click on it, abandon. And then it's just done. You just don't have to worry about it. That's not to say more picketing and more protesting won't happen later, but it's an easy way to take care of the problem right now. I want to finish this off real quick. 1, 2, 3. A lot of construction. They'll keep our construction offices plenty busy. Hey. Hey. Discredit. Yep. So get rid of the rebel leader.
Power testing to identify the preferences of those strange species inhabiting foreign countries and found out some amazing facts. Did you know how to entertain a foreigner for an entire day? Put him in a round room and tell him there's a croissant in the corner. The valuable information we have collected will allow us to communicate with these simple-minded creatures.
Okay. The thing that we got out of that, though, is the organic campaign. Stops all hydroponic and factory farms, all agricultural goods, increased base price with 20%. Boop. Yep. It just made all my stuff much more worth. Oh, deep breaths. What else? There's not really much else in here that I really gun for, so I'm just going to leave that be. How are we doing on research? Let's see. Flight, flexible principles, the wheel, peaceful atom, hostile atom, precision bombing, space program. In order to get to the next age, we'll be prompted that we need to build a nuclear weapon or a space program, and we just choose one and then we just do it. That's pretty much how that works. Didn't I just do this? Ah, whatever. I know I need more housing. Yeah, I really kind of do. Let's just do 1, 2, 3. That should handle that. 400 more research points. Amazing. Speaking of amazing, praise the USSR. It's all doing its thing. We already did that. The Constitution. Any trading? Sugar. Yeah, I'm not doing the wool thing anymore. Wow, we have a lot. This is how much is left, and this is how much the total was? I'm actually not sure. I usually just set up trade networks and then just leave them be. Oh, is our cathedral built yet? It's not, but all the housing is, so that's at least good. Are these all full? Wow, that did not take any time. We have another row of housing right here.
Viva el Presidente!
You live in a shack. Your life is already kind of crap, which I'm working on improving, thank you very much. Any other improvements? The only other real improvements I pay attention to are like the college and the high school and stuff. Not to say there's not other improvements that would be helpful, but those are the ones that I only really pay attention to because those increase the capability of those facilities, and that means faster, educated citizens, and that's important.
No.
You a crime lord? Get rid of rebel leader. I don't care about the crime lords.
At your service.
But I'll discredit you anyway.
Great giant tropical spiders, Presidente. We have a crisis, and we have to act fast.
People remain unhappy, a coup or uprising will begin. Okay. Let's take a look at the factions. 6 known rebels. Lots of military loyalty. The unrest is really, really high, though. So let's check happiness. Crime safety has dropped terribly. Entertainment as well. Let's go ahead and just fast build this police station. Maybe that will help. What I'd also like to do is probably improve the budget. Let's see, manager. Celebrity, cheapskate, general, tactician, union leader, altruist, environmentalist. Environmentalists are great because they reduce the pollution of an area. So let's actually check the overlays real quick. In terms of pollution, where are we? Current pollution. There's not a ton of red. Definitely not as much as there could be. But what we'll do here is we'll just manager environmentalist. Reduces pollution in the vicinity by 10, so higher. Environmentalist. And stop me if you heard this.
Presidente, education is important. Well, look at me. Who knows where I would have ended up were I not kicked out, educated, at some of the most prestigious universities in the world.
Let's send one of you to Harvard. I haven't done that yet. Fortunado. And manager, environmentalist. Okay, so we've just added 4 environmentalists. Let's take a look at that overlay now. Yeah, still red. Pollution is something that's reduced over
I
time.
might have been just a touch off in my careful, calculated predictions.
Okay, I'll just accept it. Hotels and stuff are all tourism-based. Not really in much of a rush about it. But now that I built another police station, let's take a look at how we're doing crime safety-wise. Oh, good improvement. Not amazing, but good improvement. Yeah, things are really shaping up. Let's go ahead and take a pause right here. A little bit of a break. We got a really good clip going on. I think we'll be able to hit that 500,000 fairly easily in the next episode. And this will be a really nice welcome to Tropico kind of a situation. So, anyway, thank you for joining me. My name's John Megacycle, and I hope to catch you next time. Hey there, guys, gals, fans, and pals. Thanks for checking out my video. I also want to take a moment to thank all my supporters and donators, and if you'd like to join up with me and game with my crew, all the information to get connected is in the description below. Thanks again, and I hope to catch you next time.